That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's Sunday Fun Day, and we are live in the alley with Billy Trzynski and Josh Savali. Let's go, Buffalo! Sunday afternoon, in the alley. Girls, boys, and bills at Downtown Brew. Ballet. Prognostications and various jokes. We're so glad you're alive in the alley.
I'm drinking a Ice 101 and hot chocolate right now, and it is damn delicious.
Get it closer.
Look at this thing.
Show it off.
Look at this thing. Oh, it's got whipped cream and sprinkles. Whipped cream. I can't get back into my chair. Welcome to Live
in the alley.
What were you gonna say?
Let's go.
Oh yeah, let's freaking go. So, Josh, how many games in a row have the Bills won?
3.
Cool. They're on a 3-game. I feel like Amy Farrah Fowler, whichever they do, whatever.
Awkward silence.
Yeah. What is it, the flag show that they do? Flags of the world. So they won again and again and again after losing 2 in a row. So they seem to have, we mentioned this last week, and did you watch the movie? They seem to have gotten their groove back just like Stella.
Stella.
Yep. After dropping 1 to the Jets, and then a crazy, heartbreaking, ridiculous crap loss to the Vikings. The Bills played like 3 games in 12 days in all sorts of bad situations. And they came out on top each one.
Each one of them.
And progressively, especially last week against the Patriots, that looked like the Bills at the end of the season last year.
Yeah.
Game control. They were good. I think they were really good last week.
And they weren't even that good.
No.
But they were... You don't
want to say right. You don't want to say they were good enough to win. They were clearly better than the Patriots. They did enough.
Methodically.
Yeah. Well, they had a 96-yard, 9.5-minute drive that, not to say like it put the game away, but they went down and imposed their will. Every single play on the drive went for positive yards. 94 yards. You know, that was calm, cool, collected Buffalo.
Well, the Patriots had 1 play. One play.
It was the 50-yard touchdown.
Really
yeah, no one's catching him. You're not even catching him.
Well, maybe.
Even with crazy legs. Some things to take away from the game last week. Allen, 22 of 33, 220 through the air, 2 touchdowns. James Cook, though, that's kind of like the highlight for me of the game last week. Over 100 yards total from scrimmage, 64 rushing, 41 receiving. He looks like every bit of what they've been trying to develop him into for this offense, which is a piece they need. They need the speed, the deception, the elusiveness, and it looks like they're getting that from him.
Yeah, it's taken a while. And I don't know if they trust him because he fumbles, whatever.
Right.
But
Singletary fumbles the most in the NFL. They still hand him the ball a lot. But he's proven a little more.
Yeah. He didn't fumble his first carry of his career.
Do you have any idea what the pony backfield is? Has anybody heard about the pony backfield this week in the rumblings? Since they trust Cook more and Himes is a known commodity, if you put Himes and Cook in the backfield at the same time, there's a couple ponies that can run. The pony backfield.
Yes,
I like it. I like it. The Bills need deception on offense and speed and elusiveness. And in order to beat the Jets' defense, which is very good, especially up front, they can rush just 4 and be fine. You need ways to beat them. You need ways to screw them up, and I think that's the ticket is speed, deception.
Get him running back and forth.
Yeah, east to west, and run around them or behind them. Or in front of them.
Over the top of them.
Yeah, exactly.
We have a good quarterback.
Marginally. Is there something wrong, Dave? You're giving me the eagle eye.
Maybe.
His mic's pretty black.
Oh, you're drooping.
Oh. Droopy.
Droopy dog. You guys remember that thing? So, while you were sleeping on Sunday, too, the Bills had played on Thursday. Sunday was a cool day just to sit back and watch good old football. And football's always good when the teams you need to lose do just that.
And they all did it.
The Chiefs lost to the Bengals. Miami lost to San Francisco, opening the door for the Bills to take the division lead with only a 1-1 record in the division. And number 1 seed right now in the AFC, easy peasy, right? Win the last 5, no problem.
That's all we got to do.
Go 4-1. KC goes 4-1. Easy peasy. Number 1 seed, bye week, home field advantage. And with the injuries this year, and the Bills now in the midst of experiencing a 10-day, maybe mini bye week, that bye week you get for being the number 1 seed could be so important for this
huge.
team.
It's huge.
Especially this year with the injuries and what they've gone through. It'd be awesome to have that. So that's like incentive to win these damn games. Just give
You only
yourself
need to
another
go
break.
5-0. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Scott, why don't they just do that?
Easy peasy.
Back to KC real quick. Kansas City in the last 6 games versus the Bengals and the Bills are 1-5. So that's a little interesting there too.
Ooh.
Good teams beat good teams.
That one hurts, though.
The one hurts. Something happened. Hey, Matt Newton in the house. Give it up for Matt Newton, everybody.
Boo!
Oh. Did everyone see the video from 5 years ago of the snowstorm staring contest between you and Josh?
That was the indie game?
That was the indie game.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That might have been one of the first. Live in the alleys.
Show 3, it says I'm yelling over Snoop Dogg during it. So cool. Things are sitting pretty. Win out, right? Easy. But they got a tough test today. They're 0-1 versus this said team. By the way,
the Jets are flying high.
in 3 years we have 2 divisional losses. They got to keep that down to 1 a year.
Wow.
1 last year, 1 this year, 0 2 years ago. Yeah, they went 6-0 against the division in 2020. Last year, the lone loss being New England and the wind game. And this year, the lone loss is going to be the first meeting versus the Jets.
Do you remember how bad the AFC East was supposed to be?
We lost to Miami, too. We're 1-2 in the division.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Remember,
they were supposed
remember
to-
how bad the AFC East is?
And how good the AFC West was going to be?
Not the case.
Oh, how the turntables.
You heard him.
Tables?
You heard him. And you heard him correctly.
That's right. So, we got to play the Jets again. Everybody's got to play the Jets again if you're in the same division as them.
Well, yeah.
So,
But this time we're at home.
exactly. We're at home, and we're also at home.
For real.
It's the revenge game, and this guy that's about to come on, he's been riding high. He's been gloating a lot. Flying that Jets flag out of a National Grid truck. I saw it. I saw it.
Let's ground him.
Yeah. Get it? Electric and a jet? You can ground both? Oh, my goodness.
These jokes will never end.
The Bills are going to win by 100 with these jokes. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's get them on here. It's time for
Jives with Jimmy!
It's time for Jive Day.
Look at him
Fly
strutting.
in here.
Oh, look at him strutting.
What's up, guys?
I didn't know they were the New York Peacocks with the strutting you're doing over there.
Oh,
Hi,
like I
Maverick.
said, they're flying high.
Maverick, which one died?
Those goose.
Ah, hi, Goose.
Wow.
Full of
Man.
Yeah, even you didn't make that joke. And you made a snowblower joke once.
All right, anyways, Jets and Bills. Last played 5 weeks ago in Week 9. Jets won 20-17. Let's get you up to speed on the Jets since then. Week 10 was
Mach
their bye
1.
week.
Decent.
Thank you.
Week 11, Jets played at New England. As a Jets fan, as a fan in NFL in general, glad I was traveling that day, didn't have to watch that game. The 2 teams exchanged field goals in the second quarter. That's about it. New England ended up winning the game on a miracle 84-yard punt return for a touchdown with 5 seconds left.
That guy's fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they missed the block in the back on Jets guy.
Oh, did they throw a flag?
No, they missed
Then
it.
it wasn't a penalty.
Ooh, I'll remember that for
I
today.
know.
Oh, boy, here we
It's a
go.
fun one to use, but it's hard to take.
Jets defense did their job that game. Only allowing 3 points against. You can make the same statement for New England's D as well. But when you look at it, New England's offense picked up 297 total yards of offense. The Jets had 103. That's it.
That's pretty good.
Quarterback Zach Wilson's stats, 9 of 22, 77 yards. Comparison, Mac Jones, New England, 23 of 27 for 246 yards.
But only 3 points.
Yes.
Is it all, who cares?
The Jets' offense was so bad.
How bad was it?
Total of 103 yards in the game. 101 of those came in the first half.
What?
Second half, they had 2 yards.
Both of them.
26
yards.
plays, averaging 2.77 inches per play. For reference,
There it is. That's why he brought it.
this is a yard. They got 2 of those. They averaged, where are we here? From the end of here to my thumb. On 26 plays. That's
Good,
it.
right?
Not really.
Holy shit.
Ah.
I hope the next page isn't as bad as that first page.
Well, we're not done with this game yet.
Oh, shit.
In that game, the Jets had more punts, 10, than pass completions, 9.
More punts than yards.
Yeah.
After the game, members of the offense voiced their displeasure, although no names were mentioned. Consensus by multiple players to the press were it was time for a change.
They didn't have to mention any names. That guy.
Top things off, that guy, quarterback Zach Wilson, post-game press conference after going 9 for 22, offense only getting 103 yards. He didn't think the offense let the defense down whatsoever. in that
Oh
game.
my goodness! Yeah.
I can't believe he didn't get Geno Smith in the locker room after that.
Week 12, home game versus the Bears. Running the risk of losing his locker room, head coach Robert Saleh benched Wilson, made backup Mike White the starter. Move paid immediate dividends. Bears had a 10-7 lead in the second quarter. Jets then took over, one going away, winning 31-10. Mike White's numbers, 23 for 28, 315 yards, 3 TDs. Some media outlets made a point to state that Chicago was without some of their defensive starters and did have 1 or 2 starters leave the game with injuries. Fair enough. But that brings up the whole point. If you're playing a bad team, you're supposed to put up the good numbers. Brings us to last week. Jets played at Minnesota. Apparently nobody told the Jets that they are playing in Central Time and not Eastern Time, as they slept walk through the first part of the game.
Ooh.
Minnesota jumped out to a 20-3 lead. If I can flip my page
You
here.
need a hand? You need an assistance? Oh, there he goes. Oh, got a hot hand. That's a hot hand. That's nice.
All right. Jets
Where
added
were
a field
you?
goal. Halftime was 20-6 Minnesota. Jets did rally in the second half. Came up short. They were down 27-22. Quarterback Mike White was intercepted at the Minnesota goal line with minute 9 left in the game, sealing the win for the Vikings.
That was a classic not cashing in touchdowns instead of field goals.
Exactly.
What, they have 5 field goals?
Yes.
Yeah,
Mike White did put up big numbers again, throwing for 369 yards, 1 rushing TD. Although offensively, the Jets outgained the Vikings 489 yards to 301. The Jets' offense only converted on 3 of 16 third down attempts. I got to mention the Jets' D. They were lacking on third downs as well, as they allowed the Vikings' offense to convert on 9 of 18 third down attempts. And
yeah,
as
50% is a good number.
yeah, for you, but not against you.
No.
Biggest reason for the Jets losing, which you guys just mentioned, offense unable to convert in the red zone. Jets offense was inside the Vikings' 20-yard line 6 times.
Oof.
Results were 1 touchdown, 4 field goals, 1 interception.
Aye.
To his credit, Mike White took responsibility for the Jets' red zone failures after the game. As he stated, and I quote, "My job as a quarterback is to put our team in the best position, and that's scoring in the red zone. It starts with me. I got to figure out how to put the ball in the end zone. If we do that, we win the game."
Yeah, he took responsibility as opposed to the guy he supplanted.
Oh, I
He
didn't
said,
let my defense down.
Yeah, we did enough. 3 points is definitely enough.
Well, Zach Wilson's exact quote after that, and I quote, "Do you feel your offense let the defense down? No. That's it." And he walked off.
I'm the big man. What the hell?
Which brings us to today. Jets are 7-5, clinging to the 7th and final playoff spot in the AFC. Playoffs started today. They'd be playing at Kansas City.
Good thing they don't.
Exactly.
For Kansas City?
On offense, a couple of rookies have emerged since the last time the Bills and Jets played. Wide receiver Garrett Wilson started off decently enough this season, but he's really come on. He's averaging 95 yards receiving per game. Rookie running back Zonovan Bam Knight got his first career start last week versus Minnesota. 2 weeks ago, the Vikings defense held New England to a total of 45 yards rushing as a team. Knight got 95 yards against them.
Is his real middle name Bam?
No, they nicknamed him Bam because apparently as a child he would be in his play crib throwing all his toys all around.
Oh, Bam Bam.
Exactly.
Bigelow.
No.
He didn't have the fire tattooed on his head.
Well, I didn't know.
Jets offense did suffer a blow this week as rookie offensive tackle starter Max Mitchell placed on season-ending injured reserve. He was diagnosed with blood clots. It's not supposed to be career-ending, but he's out for this year. Getting back to quarterback Mike White. Jets hope he does not have a repeat of last year. Last year in his first start, he lit up Cincinnati for 405 yards passing. Following week versus the Colts, started off good. He was in for 2 series and went 7 for 11, 95 yards and a touchdown. He left the game with an arm injury. Following week, in his third start of the season, like this year, it will be his third start of the season. Played the Bills, like this year, third start of the season against the Bills.
And what happened?
4 interceptions.
This many.
3 on consecutive possessions in the second half. Bills 45-17 blowout.
I'd like that again.
Yep.
They're a different
No, that was
team,
good
though.
enough.
Better defense.
Their D is.
Few other notes. Jets are number 1 in the league in fourth quarter point differential. They've outscored the opposition 94-40 in the fourth quarter. 40 points scored against them in the fourth quarter is the lowest in the league. Jets defense, after finishing dead last in total defense last year, currently 4th overall in the league, but they have yet to score a defensive touchdown this season. Last time the Jets and the Bills played...
It's not going to happen today.
It's not.
Maybe. You never know.
Stop it.
Last time Jets and Bills played in December when both teams had a winning record was December 19th, 1998. The Jets won 17-10, which gave them the AFC East Division title. And I'm going to give you more numbers during our quick picks, but one thing I'm just going to finish up with for some numbers. Jets 4-2 and straight up. 4-2 against the spread and straight up on the road this season.
Oh, cool.
Well,
That's what we got for the Jets.
oh, you're going to give us numbers later. I can't believe it's 10-point.
Oh, the spread. Oh,
Are
hang
you
on.
kidding me?
It wants me to do something with my carrier settings. Not now. Not at the Dome. Yeah, 10 points just seems
For a
wild.
divisional game?
Yeah. So, Jimmer,
Yes. Yes, Billy.
when's the last time the Jets did make the playoffs?
2010.
Right. So you're on a 12-year drought.
Longest in the NFL.
You've had, well, we know what that's like. You've had some quarterback instability at this time.
Very much so.
No one's really bet the longest tenured quarterback in those last 12 years would be Mark Sanchez.
Probably, yeah, for
Okay.
about 3 years.
He was the
or so.
Sanchez.
So,
Yes.
so one thing that the Jets have proven in the past is to have success, they need to have an established quarterback.
Yes.
I have here the 6 winningest quarterbacks in Jets history.
Ooh.
And I don't need you to put them in particular order, but if you're good, you'll do it. But can you give me, for 1 million points, you gotta save yourself here.
Oh, these points are.
For 1
They
million
mean
points,
so much.
Can you give me the 6 Jets starting quarterbacks with the most victories? And number 1, most victories is 125 as a starter, and down to the bottom is at the top 6 anyway is 61 victories as a starter.
All right, in no particular order, correct? Namath,
Yep.
Chad Pennington,
Chad Pennington. So Namath is number 1. Pennington is number 6.
Vinny Testaverde.
He is tied with Pennington at 61. Yep.
All right, most victories.
It also does correlate with most starts as well. Like Namath had the most starts, he had the most victories. It goes down the list the same way. So if you figure who played a long time.
Ken O'Brien.
Ken O'Brien, you got 2 left. Ken O'Brien is second with 106 victories.
O'Brien.
Cha-chung.
Remember Keith O'Brien?
Kevin O'Brien.
Fire
Kevin
away, what were
O'Brien.
the other 2?
You named one already, the last guy to take them to the playoffs.
Sanchez.
Sanchez had 62 victories as a starter.
Okay.
One of my favorite quarterback names ever. Come on, old Dick Todd.
Richard Todd?
Richard Todd, third
I was
on the
thinking of
list.
him, but I didn't think you...
Third on the list with
Yeah.
94 victories.
I think you did get him to the AFC Championship game
Yep.
one year.
Yeah. So it proves stability, though. Namath, O'Brien, and Todd all had over 100 starts as the Jets quarterbacks. They get the most wins out of it. So, pretty interesting stuff.
All right.
I didn't think I hear Dick Todd today.
Yeah, you did. Speaking of Dick Todd, it's time for Q&A.
We do
Are you ready to play?
We do
Police escort.
Yeah, we got a police escort.
Double A.
Are you? The cops are here. Are you okay?
No, the boots are too big.
All right. All right, Josh. Everyone lean to the left.
We got to get this boat going the right way.
Stern.
Hi, Aaron.
Hi. Hey, thanks for having me back.
Nice to have you
Yeah,
back.
it's nice to see you back.
We missed you.
Yeah. I was very unhealthy last week.
You're going to turn the whole unit?
I'm going to try and help.
The G.
Hey!
There we go. Oh my goodness, Double A.
Yeah, what did you do?
It's what you call an entrance.
Well, it might be somebody else's exit, so just be careful how we word that.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'd like to have gamblers out today.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. So what I've done is I've picked a few players from a few of the games and picked their lines of under or over, whether it's receiving or rushing.
Okay.
And I'd like you to tell me whether you think it's going to be under or over.
I
And there
kind
are
of
no
follow.
ties, Josh.
Okay.
It's either under or over.
There was a tie last week.
That's
In a game, not in a person.
Oh,
Personal.
all right. So the Baltimore-Pittsburgh game, N'Keal Harris, 54.5 yards.
over.
Over.
Over?
Over.
Najee Harris?
Yeah.
Oh, over.
Oh, what did I say?
Nikhil.
Oh, sorry.
Nikhil Harris.
Oh,
it's a combination of two players.
If it's Najee, I'm going under.
All right, receiving yards for Pickens, 40 yards.
Ooh,
I'm going to go over on that as well.
he's the number one target, right?
Yeah.
He's pretty damn good. Yeah, I'll go over.
Yeah.
The rapport with Kenny
So
Pickett.
you guys are saying Baltimore D is not going to be able to shut this Pickens and
They're not the same
Well,
Baltimore D that they used
I
to
agree.
be.
Plus, you're setting the line kind of low and only
Yeah.
in the 50s.
Well,
Indeed.
I'm giving you what the sports books have given me as the line.
Hang on a second. Slow down. Trying to do a show.
So yeah, I don't disagree with that. I didn't pick anybody from Baltimore because they don't have their quarterback. So
Right. Who knows what's going to go?
We have no
Yeah.
idea what that's going to happen.
Is somebody mowing the lawn?
They are cleaning the restaurant over there with a power washer. All right, Texas, Dallas.
What restaurant?
The Fountain Grill.
The two running backs, I've got Elliott and Pollard. They're both on the same team, so they're both at 66.5. Does either of them go over?
I said
Pollard does.
Pollard, yes. Zeke, no.
Although they both did really well against, it was Indy.
Yeah.
I agree.
But they're playing the Texans.
Well, both
They
then.
could
Never mind.
both go over, right?
Never mind. They're both going over.
I know. Only Pollard.
You're wrong.
And you're to the right of me.
Well, if they're rushing so well, are they going to be able to throw the ball too? CeeDee Lamb, 70 yards.
Yes.
That's
It's like I'm in fantasy league, so yes.
Hey, a sprinkle.
I hope for Jimmer that he does. But
All right. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate it.
they're going to run the ball.
I think it's like
They're
a
going to
safe
be winning
game.
the whole game.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to kill them.
And it's only 70 yards. I mean, he can get that on one catch if he wants.
If he wants, but he might not want to.
Yes.
Oh, I think he'll
That's the
watch
thing.
Who's 71 drops it?
Oh, 69. Kneel down.
All right, how about the Cincinnati-Cleveland game? We've got Joe Mixon on one side and Nick Chubb on the other.
Uh-huh.
Mixon's 59, Chubb is 76.
Bengals D has looked pretty good
Yeah, I'm going
lately.
to say Chubb gets the under.
Under, yeah.
Under 76?
Yes.
I disagree. I think Chubb's he's the man.
I agree on that.
He might be the best running back in the NFL.
I think Mixon, I'm going to change those odds to 100% somebody should punch him in the face.
Yeah.
Okay.
What would he do?
Punch him and get punch him. Yeah. Punch him. Rock him, sock him.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
it'd be a punch back.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. How about Jacksonville, Tennessee? I've got Derrick Henry at 88.
Over, definitely.
Against Jet, man, he has either had 180 yards in a game
Or 30.
28 yards in
Yeah.
a game. Yeah.
Like last week. I think he only got like 30 yards last week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
And then he had how many against 250 against the Texans, a couple weeks ago.
That's the Texans again.
I'll
We
go.
talked about this earlier.
I kind of want Jacksonville to do good, but then they disappointed me last week. I think I'll go over today. Taking the over.
All right, so in this game, I got a lot of them because both teams have got pretty good offenses. So Minnesota, Detroit, you've got Cook, 75 yards rushing. And for Detroit, Jay Williams, 48.
I'll give him over four. Actually, you know what? I'll take Williams under 48, but give me him 2 touchdowns. That guy, all that guy does is put the ball in the end zone.
I'm going both over.
I'm going both under.
Oh,
I think it's going to be
Is
all
that right,
passing.
Jimmer?
Yes.
Yeah, it could. You're right. It could be an all-passing game.
I mean, the plus the Detroit defense is kind of shored things up. They're not as bad as they were at the beginning.
As
Like they were.
leaky as they were.
Yeah. All right, how about the wide receivers? We got St. Brown at 84 and Jefferson at 94.
Both over. It's going to be a shootout.
Both easily over or just over?
Over.
1 yard each. Well, that
Both
was the
over
thing.
100, I'd
Last
say.
week, the Jets held. I mean, the Jets are a lot better defense than the Lions. The Jets held Jefferson to what, 45 yards?
Yeah.
I'll go over though. I think I'm kind of Jimmer's convincing me it's going to be a shootout.
Just an absolute
Yeah.
all-day pass game.
Yeah, 6 to
I
6.
agree. Yep.
Lots of yards. 6 to 6.
All right, how about this Tampa Bay San Francisco game? I've got McCaffrey and Samuel, but I've got both their rushing and their receiving.
Okay.
So McCaffrey rushing 54, receiving 39. Samuel 13 rushing, receiving 42.
I'll take both the over on Debo, and I'll take the under rushing and the over receiving for McCaffrey.
What are you talking about, Billy? They're both going over.
Yeah, I'm going both over as well.
Both over on
I
everything?
had to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah. Nice. All right, how about the Miami Chargers game? We've got Waddle and Hill. Waddle receiving 67, Hill 98.5.
Over for Hill, under for Waddle. I think he's
Yeah.
waddling around a little bit.
I'll go with that one, too.
Like
Hill,
he-
yes,
that
Waddle,
he's a little
no.
hurt?
Yeah. He was a little hurt during the game, during the Niners game.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He spent a bunch of time in the locker room,
Did
Or
they-
in the tent.
in the
Like,
tent.
He went to
like
the
a
tent.
soft tissue injury, or
I don't really know. He went out and was not to be seen for a while.
well, that changes
waddled
some,
where
some
he
betting
was.
options on that one
I,
because they're not the same team without both of them.
no, they clearly weren't.
All right, how about in the New England Arizona game? I could only find one that I actually wanted to talk about. That's Kyle Murray rushing for 36.
I'm going to say under.
I will say under as well. I could see Allen rushing for 36 if he wanted to against New England, but Belichick, usually the defenses don't play a couple bad-to-bad, back-to-back defenses. Like, they shore us and stuff up, and they're usually pretty good against a mobile quarterback who can't run you over. So I'll go under as well.
I'm going to say he has 2 stolen bases because he's going to play baseball next year.
He probably is. Probably screw this.
All right, how about our game, the Jets-Buffalo game?
Over.
Singletary 41, Cook 33, Allen 43.
Over on all 3. Allen ran for like
except for
66
Allen.
against them last game.
Allen over, other 2 under.
I'm going the exact opposite. The other 2 over, Allen under.
I'm going all 3 over.
So more of the running backs today than the previous one.
But Jimmer might be right.
What about what about Diggs receiving 77?
It's zero catches in the second half in the first meeting.
Right.
He's going over.
I'm going to say over, but not by much more over.
Yeah.
Wait, how many was it?
77.
Yeah. 107.
Yeah.
He could. I mean, he's had how many? He's had 5 games
like
over
4 or
100
5
yards?
in a row over 100.
307.
And then I only
statement.
picked one jet.
Yeah, forget about it.
It was an Airbus.
And then I crossed it out, so we're not.
Double A.
And so it begins.
All right. Now I've got a couple of this or that's for you.
That.
Yes.
Alone in a beach or alone in the woods?
Beach.
Beach.
Biatch.
Forever in space or forever at sea?
See ya.
C. Forever at sea, senor.
You want to use paint or crayons?
Paint.
Paint, yeah.
Crayon.
Gas or electric?
Gas.
Electric.
Gas.
Where's the tiebreaker? Here it comes. 6.
Well, since Jimmer's here, I'll say electric.
All right, Josh.
Cool. All right, so no new house after the year 2025 can have gas appliances if it's a complete residential. It has to be all electric. Thanks, New York State. Cool. He'll have a job.
Boogie, woogie,
I
woogie,
should-
woogie.
I have a couple more years.
You gonna be
after that.
retired by then, you smart ass?
All right, I'm going to finish with a terrible joke.
Ah.
Yes.
How did the organic vegetable die?
Ow.
Natural causes. Thank you.
Oh, that's worse than mine. I gotta get one here. I'll get one going. Here we go.
All right.
Unfortunately, Aaron won't be participating in Quick Picks this week. Yeah, whatever. You guys want to do some picks?
Do some
Let's
picks.
get started.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for quick picks.
Oh, wait, there's a thing in it. Somebody's messaged the show. There's an alert.
Uh-oh.
Porky says, have a great day. Heading to the bar to watch the game. It's a Jet Bar out in Vegas.
All right. Good man, Porky.
Come on, Pork. Ugh. All right. Let's start off with that shootout. Vikings at Lions.
Detroit is giving 2.5. You got 5-7
Easy.
Detroit, favored over 10-2 Minnesota. When I say it's going to be a shootout, Lions have given up the most points in the league this year. Minnesota allows the most passing yardage against per game. I'm going Minnesota.
Yeah, this one's tough. Minnesota seems to just pull these games out of their rear ends.
How? Yeah.
But Goff has been so good this year when he has St. Brown. I'm going to go with Goff on this. I'm going to go Detroit.
I'm gonna go to Detroit as well because they lose close games, and I don't think Minnesota is that good.
I agree with the Minnesota not being that good. At some point, you think this charade has to stop.
Very good.
I give it up to Detroit. I mean, what the hell? I didn't really think they were going to blow out. Jacksonville came off a big win against Baltimore the week before last week, and the Lions scored on all 8 possessions. They were that close to a perfect game, but they didn't do it because of something. But whatever. That was great. I go Detroit at home. The biggest rivalry in the AFC has kind of boiled down to Tyler Huntley versus Kenny Pickett. Baltimore at the Steelers.
Pittsburgh giving 2.5, like you just mentioned. Tyler Huntley's in, Lamar Jackson is out. Division rivals, they play each other twice a year. They're past 40 head-to-head. It's Pittsburgh 20, Baltimore 20.
Wow.
That even. But in this game, I'm going Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I like Pittsburgh here. That Baltimore offense is designed solely around Jackson. I just don't know that they have the horses without him.
Yeah.
I don't think they have the horses with him either. Like they're not that
I mean,
good.
they don't have the pony backfield.
Did you know that one horse does not equal 1 horsepower? 1 horse actually equals like 15 horsepower? Figure that out.
Well, then I'll take Baltimore.
Are you taking Pittsburgh?
Yes.
Okay. I am taking Pittsburgh as well. Tomlin, I think, is going to find his way to at least, well, he can't have a 500 season anymore because of
Yes,
the
he
numbers,
can.
but
Yes, you can.
why? You can't be 500 anymore.
Yeah.
No, you could be losing or winning record.
Oh,
Right? There's 17 games.
he could be over 500.
There you go. I'll go that too. Huntley, that's the trick is like last year when he filled in, he looked good, but there's
But they lost all the time.
right.
What about a tie?
Well, sure, but it's
That's
I can
500.
make
the
a
winning
500.
percentage is
Yes,
still
I'm going
not-
with a tie.
Thanks. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. Huntley, there's tape on Huntley. That's why I think Pittsburgh has the advantage. Cleveland at Cincinnati.
Cincinnati is giving 5.5. Cincinnati is 9-1 against the spread in their past 10 games. I'm riding with Cincinnati.
Cincinnati's figured it out.
Cincinnati.
They looked awful to begin with, but I don't know if it's the offensive line got healthy or what. But man, they look like
They
how
got it together.
they look how they
Burrow's-
looked at the end of the year last year.
Burrow's pass on 3rd and 11 to seal it against the Chiefs was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think the offensive line got it together, like you said. Like
Yeah.
they finally.
Because he was getting
Gel.
pressured so much in those first 3 games.
Yeah.
Did you know I have 2 fingers in one hand?
Yes.
See,
I have 5 on one
is
hand.
that one in the middle? Get that one.
Joe Burrow, Jim and I were talking earlier, Joe Burrow has beaten the Chiefs 3 straight times. He's never beaten Cleveland.
Never.
I'm going with Cincinnati, but I don't want the Cleveland Browns to win. Damn it, anyway. Texans at Cowboys.
All right, Dallas is giving 17. Biggest spread of the season. Let's congratulate Houston, as last week they became the first team to be officially eliminated from the playoffs this year.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Chicago was also eliminated, but Houston's game was over first.
Right down to the minute.
Dallas last week became the 3rd team in NFL history to score 33 points or more in the 4th quarter of a game last Monday versus Indy. The other 2 were the 2007 Lions versus the Bears and the 1925 Chicago Cardinals versus the Milwaukee Badgers.
Scott, you remember that game?
You should, because that was the game that Chicago annihilated the Badgers 59-0, and it turned out that the Badgers, in order to fill their roster, used 4 high school players.
It was 1920. What?
1925.
Oh, my goodness.
Scott was one of them. The Cardinals knew about the high school players going into the game. The NFL fined the Cardinals $1,000 and ordered the Badgers owner, Ambrose McGurk, to sell the team within 90 days.
Ambrose McGurk is a quintessential 1920s name. Oh, that is great. Who are you going with?
Well, I'm not done.
Oh, shit. There's more?
Just one last little thing. The Cardinals, about the fine, they just said, no, we're not going to pay it, and didn't pay it. Whereas the Badgers, they just disbanded, which opened the way for
Green
the
Bay
Green Bay Packers. With all that said, I'm taking Dallas.
They should have been the Green Bay Badgers.
That would be nice.
I think Jerry Hughes karate kicks another Gatorade bottle this week. I'm going Dallas big.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
It's Dallas. Come on.
Philadelphia at the Giants.
Let's see here. Giants getting 7. This is one. Which way do you want to go? Giants are 7-1 against the spread as an underdog. Also, 2-4-1 straight up the season versus teams with a winning record. I think that trumps it. I'm taking Philadelphia.
It's going to be close. I mean, it's this divisional game. These guys know each other. It's going to be really close. But the Giants pulled out so many close ones early. I don't think they can do it
Got
again.
another one left
I'm
in
going
them.
Philly. I'm
Yeah.
going Philly.
I'm going Philly too. Like they're just in a different class, I think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That offense is fantastic.
Yeah.
The Giants, you know who the biggest disappointment for me coming out of last week was Washington. Because I thought Washington was going to not blow the Giants out of the water, but handle them. The Giants, surprising me, like I really thought they were going to have just like that end of the season
What happened in that
downturn.
game, Billy?
They tied. And
Okay, just checking.
and so they disappointed me. Like the Giants, maybe either Washington's worse than I thought they were, or the Giants may still be all right. I agree. I think it's gonna be a close ass game. I think Philly's gonna win because Philly is just better in every sense of every position, every whatever facet of the game. But don't hold it against any of us when the Giants keep it really close. Jaguars at Titans.
Tennessee giving 3.5. You guys are talking about Derrick Henry. After averaging over 108 yards per game rushing in Tennessee's first 8 games, he's only been averaging 52 yards per game. But here come the Jags. Henry has 14 touchdowns in 11 games versus Jacksonville and averages 118 yards per game versus Jacksonville when they play in Tennessee. I'm taking Tennessee. Derrick Henry, big game.
Yeah, I mean, he's the best player on that field
Oh gosh, yeah.
today, and he's going to show it.
Yep.
I'm gonna take the Titans.
Yeah, they're one of those teams too that they could they're gonna win their division and
They're
be
gonna
just
make
fine.
the playoffs and lose in the first round.
Yeah, they're good at it.
That's how they roll.
KC at the Russell Wilsons.
Russell Wilsons are getting 8.
Thank you.
Kansas City has won 13 straight versus Denver, make it 14.
I mean, come on. Yes.
Russell Wilson sucks.
Yes.
How did he
He
get so
fell off
old?
a cliff, big time.
I
going
am
to Denver.
taking.
When he went to Denver, he fell off the cliff.
I am taking Denver though. As far as what is it? +9,
8.
+8. I think it's gonna. I think Casey's gonna win, but I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. Denver's defense
have a-
is
they have a
the
good
number 2
defense.
defense in the
Yep,
NFL.
yep.
That might not mean anything. L.A. Wait, who's playing at Seattle?
That would be the Carolina Panthers.
That's a L, not a. Yeah, Carolina Panthers at Seattle.
Seattle giving 4. Seattle's defense has 21 takeaways this season, tied for second in the league with Dallas. Philadelphia has the lead with 23. And who's coming to town? Sam Darnold. Give me Seattle.
Coffee McGee, who you got?
Sorry. I forgot what we were talking about.
Carolina at
Carolina.
No, I don't care.
Okay.
Okay, don't care.
Seattle.
Okay.
Yes, somehow Seattle got good after getting rid of Russell Wilson.
They sold him a lemon. I'd like Pete Carroll a lot more if he believed that jet fuel could melt steel beams, but.
Well,
here
you
we
know
are.
what's funny is they're going to get a great draft pick because Denver sucks
Yeah, Denver's going to have like top 5 draft pick probably.
and Seattle's getting it.
So they got a good quarterback and a
And
good pick.
good for them. It's a win-win. Tampa Bay.
And everybody maligned them for
for
that.
the
yeah,
move.
no
Yeah,
doubt.
they're like, oh, you're screwed.
Yeah.
You're going to do this with Drew Lock? And they're like, no, we're going to do it with Geno Smith. And he's surprising everybody.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay at San Francisco.
San Fran giving 3.5. Quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo out last week with a foot injury, missed the rest of the regular season, could come back for the playoffs. In came Mr. Irrelevant from the draft this year, quarterback Brock Purdy. You could say Purdy. He got the win. He played pretty good. I say he does again, and I'm going San Fran.
That offense is designed so that the quarterback doesn't have to be good.
Yes.
He looked good enough. And Tampa Bay is just
Kind of
depends on
crummy.
like are they going to show up this week or
Yeah,
not?
what
you don't
mood
know.
they're in,
Like
right.
I just don't know who's going to be there. I think I trust the San Francisco defense and that running game more than I do
Yeah.
Tampa's offense.
Yep.
Like you said,
And Tampa's defense is nowhere as good as it used to be.
Garoppolo is an average quarterback. And this
just
guy is
really knows
pretty
the system.
good.
Yeah.
So San Francisco's going to win.
Right.
They just need someone to throw a screen.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
Purdy
That's
threw
it.
for 8,000 yards over his last 2 seasons at Iowa State. So, yeah, he was picked last.
In one
but
game.
Yes. Their defense is wild, and this leads into the next pick that we're going to do. The Niners did not give up a third down conversion to Miami on Sunday.
Wow.
Miami was 0 of 7 on third down. They had a 4th down that they got, but
Right.
their defense did not bend at all, except for 2 big plays, and that was it. But their offense did more than enough and provided some turnovers. So leads us into Miami at the San Diego Superchargers.
Los Angeles Chargers are getting 3.5. The Chargers D gives up 5.43 yards per carry to the opposition this year. It's the worst in the league and the worst mark since the Washington team, who will not be named, allowed 5, 4, 8, and 59. But with all that being said, I'm taking Miami.
Yeah, unfortunately, I got to take Miami.
You know what? The Chargers always disappoint us, but they always come up with this one game that they win. And this is going to be the one.
Nice.
Go Chargers.
I'm taking the Chargers as well. Also, Miami, you made that point about rushing. They better get it together because they only ran for 33 yards on 8 attempts against San Francisco last
Yeah,
week.
if they had any kind of a running game, I'd take Miami in a blowout. but-
Right. I know it's a different defense, too, but.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Monday night, Patriots at baseball playing Kyler Murray's.
Baseball playing Kyler Murray's getting 1.5. Arizona has lost their last 11 of 12 at home. Cheering for the Cardinals, but I think New England takes it.
No, maybe.
Does he play shortstop? 'Cause
Yeah,
he's a little guy.
Shorter second, I believe. We're talking about the wrong sport, we know.
I picked the baseball team.
Hey!
I'm going to go with the Blue Jays.
Okay, I'm going to also go with the Cardinals. And I really don't like Kyler Murray at all. I just hate him. And I don't like DeAndre Hopkins either. He's a big baby, but I hate the Patriots more.
I'm
I
going to
hate
call
the
him
Patriots
Minnie
more.
Mouse.
Yeah, not Mighty Mouse. More like Mighty Jerk. Anyway, Bills at Jets. Or no, Jets at Bills.
Yes,
3-1
Jets at
for the
Bills.
Lopes. Yeah, I'm making sure he's on
Ooh,
it.
crash and burn.
Ooh.
Buffalo giving 10.
Unbelievable.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Buffalo 2-2 against the spread at home. This season, when the Jets are coming off either a straight-up loss or an against-the-spread loss, last week they lost to Minnesota. The previous week, they are 5-0 against the spread the next week. Jets this season, undefeated when an underdog of 7 points or more. It's only happened twice, but they won those games outright.
It counts.
They beat us once like that.
Jets good at covering the spread, but pains me. No, it doesn't. Jets 24-23.
He's a liar.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, I was so sure of myself the last Jets game, I called it a blowout. Obviously, seeing what they are, I don't think it's a blowout. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think that Josh pulls it out at the end. Let's go 28-24.
Well, the
well,
Jets' defense is really good.
Yes,
The Bills' defense is really good.
yes.
17-13 Bills.
my quarterback is now coming off of a 10-day mini bye. The elbow's getting healthier and healthier. Ken Dorsey seems to, especially last game, kind of figured out this stupid-ass play calling and getting over the hump here and knowing what he's got to do. The Bills make the best second half. This coaching staff for the Bills has made the best second half adjustments of any Bills coaching staff in the last 30 years. And game to game, they've done that in the past. You see a team once, you play them again, especially in the division, they're better the next game. I think that continues. The Bills, I think, the same way they did last year. This point last year was the week after that crazy overtime comeback game that they lost to Tampa Bay. And then they just kind of pushed everybody out of the way through the rest of the season. I think that's where they are now, 38-12. I think they're going to be in command.
Bills by $1 billion.
Woo! That's my only pen.
Oh,
Like it? Love it? Want some more of it?
that's your penmanship.
Oh, next Saturday.
I have to work.
You have to work?
Yep.
Sugar plums. We'll
time do
figure
you
it
have
out.
to work?
What time you got to work?
I'll be in at 3.
Oh, so we go at noon.
We'll let you know.
To be determined.
But we'll be here at some point.
So will you. Live.
In the
alley.